Being a male is matter of birth, but being a man is matter of your choice. Hello everyone, today we are going to start with male reproductive system in humans. The male reproductive system consists of following organs, that is testis, epididymis, vas deferens, urethra, penis and accessory glands. These organs ensure the production of the male gametes, that is sperm cells, and transport of them in the female reproductive tract so that the fertilization can take place. Let us discuss the role of each of them in detail. Starting with the testis. Testes are primary male sex organs or male gonads. They are found in pair. They lie in a small muscular pouch called scrotum sac outside of the abdominal cavity. This scrotum sac is divided into two parts, right and left scrotum sacs, by a muscular partition. This scrotum is acting as a thermoregulator. It maintains lower temperature than the normal body temperature that is required for the production of the male gametes, that is sperms. The life of the sperm cells gently decreases if the temperature is high. So, the scrotum sac is acting over here as a thermoregulator. Testes have the function of production of the testosterone hormone and the production of the sperm cells. Testosterone is responsible to develop secondary sexual characters in male. Sperms are produced throughout the life of a man from puberty onwards. Testes provide suitable temperature for the formation of the sperm cells. These testes are composed of a number of seminiferous tubules. These tubules are responsible for the production of the sperm cells. The sperm cells which are produced by testes are stored on temporary basis in a coiled tubular structure called epididymis. Epididymis, you can notice in the diagram, is attached on testis. Here, the sperms which are non-motile and viable are stored till the ejaculation of them. The epididymis continues into the tubular part known as vas deferens. The vas deferens joins the seminal vesicle and forms ejaculatory duct. The ejaculatory duct opens into urethra. The function of this ejaculatory duct is to deposit the semen with a jerk deeper into the vagina to ensure the process of fertilization. This vas deferens is around 30 to 35 cm long and travels from scrotum to pelvic cavity. It transports and stores the sperms from the testis to outside through urethra. Urethra is the common passage for urine as well as semen. That is why it is commonly known as urinogenital tract. Urino denotes passage for urine and genital denotes passage for the sperm cells or semen. It starts from urinary bladder and extends throughout the penis and opens out via the male genital pore or urethral meatus. Urethra carries the sperms outside of the body through the penis. The male copulatory organ, that is long, thick, muscular and richly supplied with blood vessels made up of erectile tissue, is known as penis. This penis has a broader tip which is sensitive and is known as glans penis. It is covered with a loose, retractable fold of skin called as foreskin. Penis, as we discussed, acts as a copulatory organ, that is, used for passing urine and also for ejaculation and depositing the sperms in the female genital tract during the process of mating. Thus, in males, there is only one opening for urine and sperms. Let us recollect the things that we have discussed so far. The male reproductive system comprising of male reproductive parts and accessory glands. Male reproductive parts are testis, which produces sperms, and male hormone called testosterone. The sperms which are produced in the testis are stored on temporary basis into a coiled tubular structure called epididymis. This epididymis is connected with a long tubular structure known as vas deferens. This vas deferens carries the sperms up to urethra. Urethra is urinogenital tract, that is, the same passage that is used to pass urine as well as the sperm cells during copulation. And the male copulatory organ through which the male gametes are deposited into the female reproductive tract during the process of mating is penis. Penis is a muscular organ made up of erectile tissue covered up by blood capillaries. The tip of the penis is known as glans penis, which is broader and sensitive. It is covered with a retractable fold of skin known as foreskin. The testes are lying in a muscular pouch-like structure into the abdominal cavity. This muscular pouch-like structure is called as scrotum sac. The scrotum sac maintains lower temperature than the normal body temperature, which is required for the production of the healthy sperms, as production of the sperm cells require around 2 to 3 degree lesser temperature than our normal body temperature. As we have discussed earlier, the sperm cells which are produced in the testis are non-motile, but they are living. So what makes them motile? What is there that provides motility and viability to the sperm cells, and how the sperm cells are later on known as semen? Let us try to understand the journey of the sperms from production site till the male genital pore at the time of ejaculation as semen. In conversion of the sperms to semen, the main role is of accessory glands. These accessory glands include paired seminal vesicles, prostate gland, and paired bulbourethral glands. Secretion of these accessory glands constitute the seminal plasma, which is rich in fructose, calcium, and other certain enzymes. The first accessory gland is seminal vesicles. Seminal vesicles are a pair of thin-walled muscular sacs. They secrete a viscous alkaline fluid having fructose, proteins, and other chemicals for nourishment of developing sperms. Secretions of seminal vesicles increases viability of the sperm cells, that is, increasing lifespan by providing nourishment to them. Another single large pyramidal gland that occurs in the region where urethra and ejaculatory ducts meet is prostate gland. Prostate gland, through small ducts, secretes its secretions into urethra. It produces a thick, milky and alkaline fluid which is released in the urethra along with the secretions of seminal vesicles. The secretions of prostate gland neutralizes the urine in the urethra and also provide nutrition to the developing sperms. The last accessory gland is bulbourethral gland or Cowper's gland. These are a pair of glands that opens into urinogenital tract. They secrete an alkaline fluid rich in mucus. The secretion neutralizes the acidity and lubricates the urinogenital tract. The secretions of bulbourethral glands also help in lubrication of the penis so that to reduce the friction during copulation and prevent wear and tear of the soft tissues. So the sperms get mixed with the secretions of the accessory glands, and now these tiny haploid cells with tail, which are carrying the genetic information of the father, becomes semen. The secretion of accessory glands together with the sperms is known as semen. It is milky, viscous and alkaline fluid ejaculated by males into the female reproductive part during copulation. The alkalinity of the semen neutralizes acidity of the male urinogenital tract and also of vagina. Semen also contains fructose and various chemicals for the nourishment as well as motility of the sperms. Some chemicals of the semen also help to induce movements in the female genital tract for passage of the sperms. You might have noticed the movement of the sperms in Three Idiots movie. In the beginning part only, if you remember, you can notice that sperms are moving and they are racing with each other in order to reach up to the ovum and fertilize it. Approximately 2.5 to 4 ml of the semen is discharged in one time, which contains around 300 to 400 million sperms. And the sperm that reaches first to the egg will get chance to fertilize it and to fuse its genome with the genome of the mother and give rise to the first cell of the life called as zygote. We will discuss about it and the upcoming events in the later videos.